Okay, hi, how are you everyone? I think this is the first lesson that we will take it outside the school, by the way. So I miss you all, and believe me, the classes and sessions are so boring without my lovely students. Believe me. We we ask our God to bless all of you and protect you from any disease. And I'm advising all of you to follow the medical and health instructions like washing your hands and taking care of your personal cleanliness with eating only the healthy food in case to be safe from the dangerous diseases. And don't forget to repeat the words of our Prophet Muhammad. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. Okay guys, this is the first lesson as well that it will what we start to explain it today outside the school, and I think the lessons all the lessons we will make the same strategy of what explaining the slides and then solving the classwork and activities in the books. So don't worry about solving the activities in the book or booklet because we will solve it together here in these videos. So let's start now from the beginning, page 448, 449. So if you are now with me, please open your book. The energy of heat. The energy of heat. This is our lesson. So the lesson is page, let me check the page exactly. I think page 448. Yes, it's correct. It's page 448, page 449. Okay. So temperature. First of all, we will talk about the temperature. I think we took it already in the grade 3. The temperature is a measure of how hot or cold something is. If you want to differentiate between cold or hot or the something how is warm by what? By using the thermometer. So the thermometer is the tool that we use that we give us the information about the temperature of the ecosystem or the place where you live. So, temperature measure how hot or cold something is. Energy. Energy moves between objects that have different temperature. For example, see here. This is the warmer object and this is the cooler object. So the warm or the heat starting to transfer from the heat object to what? From the hot object to the cooler object. So the hot or the heat starting to transfer from the hot object to the cool object. So the difference in temperature makes that energy moves. Why? Because the difference, that's what we mean, the difference in temperature, here is hot, here is cold. For that reason the energy will start to move. Why? Because there is different temperature, hot and cold. For that reason the energy start to move from here to here. Because what? Because the difference in temperature. Difference in what? In temperature. Hot, cold. Hot, cold. Okay guys, let's complete. Heat. What does it mean of heat, guys? Please guys, try to focus on the definition because it's the most important thing in our lesson, always the definitions. So heat is the energy that moves between different objects at temperatures. What does it mean by that? So heat is the energy that move between different objects and temperature. See here we have different objects with different temperature, warm object and cold object. So the heat will start to move between them because what? Because there are what? Different objects with different temperature. If they have the same temperature? Sure, no, they doesn't have the same temperature. They have different temperature, warm and cool. So heat move from warmer object to the cooler one, from warmer to cooler one. See now the heat how it's moved from warmer to cool one. So heat moves naturally from one object with a high temperature to one with lower air temperature. So the heat will move with one object that has a higher temperature to that one that have lower temperature. If they are equal in temperature, the heat will move? Sure, no, because they have the same temperature. But because this one is lower and this one is higher, so the heat starting to move from the higher to the lower. So heats move from warmer object to the cooler object, from warmer to cooler object. By the way, our lesson is so easy. Let's give examples of objects that has temperature or high temperature or lower temperature and how they transfer from each other. Let's see here. I think this lesson. Okay, yes. See here, this one. Let's start here. Super hot. What does mean of that guy? You can see and feel heat moving from the flame. What does mean, guys, of flame here? Flame, it's mean the focused fire or intensive fire that melt even the iron. You know what I mean, guys? Too much fire or too much heat that melt the glass or the iron. So you can see and feel the heat moving from the flame to the glass. This melted glass is about, see the degrees, about what exactly, guys? The temperature here is about what? 1500 Celsius degrees or 2732 Fahrenheit. Guys, to understand, I think all of you remember the Celsius degrees or the Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale. Okay, guys? So, to remember that, I think here, this is the thermometer. The thermometer has two sides, Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale. In the right side we have the Celsius scale and in the left side we have the Fahrenheit scale. Here we measure different scales, but the popular one is the Fahrenheit scale, or is the most used one is the Fahrenheit scale. By the way, they use it in the weather forecast. They use the Fahrenheit scale in the weathercast. So I think now they remember what does mean of now Fahrenheit and Celsius. So the temperature here is about 1500 Celsius degrees or 2732 Fahrenheit. What about here? It looks like ice, right? It's ice, it's correct, it's ice, but it's dry ice. What does mean of that, guys? What does mean of dry ice, guys? It's a frozen carbon dioxide or frozen gas. It's a frozen carbon dioxide. It's really cold. It's really cold. So it's about minus 80 Celsius degrees or minus 112 Fahrenheit. It's too cold. That's what you mean. Okay, guys, let's see the next page. Now I will give you so many examples here also. Okay. See the water here. The water coming from this shower head is hotter than the air around it. What does mean of that? In the bathroom, you will find what, guys? There is air, right? The air inside or the temperature of the bathroom is always cooler than the water itself, the warmer water. So for that reason, the water coming from this shower head is hotter than the air around it. Okay, guys? So the average temperature of shower water is 42 Celsius degrees or 180 Fahrenheit. So in the winter we use always the warm water for getting shower. So the water here, it should be about the average, or the average of the temperature of water is about 42 Celsius degrees. Let's go to the next example. Is the girl here wearing a jacket, is feel cold. I don't know how we can explain it, but it's so easy. This is girl's clothes trap heat near her body. So her jacket slow down energy transfer. So your body has, by the way, energy. This energy will transfer what? Where exactly? In the cold polar ecosystems. So for example, if you were in the cold places like the polar ecosystems, so your energy in the body will start to transfer to outside of your body if you didn't wear a thick clothes. So thick clothes will help you to keep the energy inside your body. So the jacket will help you to protect protect you from the cold by what? By keeping the energy inside your body. So it will prevent transferring the energy from your body to outside. This is what we mean. Okay guys, let's go to another example. The next example is letter D now here. See, heat moves from the burner to the kettle. What does mean, guys, as burner? This one is the burner. You can find it in the oven. See, this is the burner of the oven. It's give too much heat. To what? To boil the water here inside the kettle. So heat move from the burner to the kettle, from the burner here to the kettle here. So from the kettle to the water, from the kettle to the water inside the kettle itself. That is what we mean. And then from the water to the water vapor, and then the water inside the kettle will transfer to what? To water vapor. Okay guys, so the water boil at which point exactly, guys? 100 Celsius degrees. This is what we mean. 100 Celsius degrees or 212 Fahrenheit. See this side? This is what we mean here. So the water will boil at 100 Celsius degrees. See, this is the side of the Celsius degree and the Fahrenheit. So in the Celsius degrees, the level 100, it's mean this is the point where the water start to boil. And here in the Fahrenheit side or Fahrenheit scale, the water will boil at 212. 200 what? 212. Okay guys, I think you understand it, sure. What about now the ice cubes melt at which as heat transferred to them from the warmer air? So warm air will transfer energy from the air itself to the ice cube. For that reason the ice cube will start to melt. This is what we mean. So the bottle of water is about 20 Celsius degrees or 68 Fahrenheit. So 20 Celsius degrees is starting the ice to be melt. In which degrees exactly, guys? Here 20 Celsius degrees. See, this is the Celsius degree. This is the side of the Celsius degrees. And here what we mean, the cube here start to be melt in this point or in this level. Okay guys, this is what we mean. I think our lesson is so easy. You can read the thermometer from here to understand in which point the water start to boil or start to freeze. For example, again, the water start to boil at which degree exactly? 212. And freeze at which level? 32. Freeze at 32. Okay guys, 32 Fahrenheit or 0 in Celsius. So the water will freeze at 0 Celsius degrees or at 32. Which one is here? I think 32 is considered to be here, I think. Yes, 32. Yes, here in this level 32 is equal to 0. It should be equal to 0. For that reason 32, this is the level where the water start to freeze. Okay guys, and start to boil at which level exactly? 212 or 100 Celsius degrees. 212 Fahrenheit or 100 Celsius degrees. I hope you understand what I mean here. Okay, the last thing that we will do it now is solving the booklet. So let's open the booklet page. I think we should start with page 50, I think, right guys? I know we didn't solve the previous pages of the booklet, but don't worry about that because I will solve it with you. But because now I want to solve the questions that related to our lesson today, so I think we should stop in page 50. Yes, I think it's here. Okay, here. Yes. Heat is the energy that moves between objects of different temperature. It's so easy. Energy move between objects with different temperature. With the same temperature? Sure, no. Is not with the same temperature. With the same temperatures, no. With different temperature. That's what I mean. So this is the heat. What about temperature itself? Is what is the measure of how hot or cold something is. And what? This is the heat, and this is the temperature, and this is the thermometer tool that we use it to measure the heat. Question number 1. Now we will solve question number 1. Energy. This is the classwork activity. Okay, guys. So number 1, energy moves from one object with what? Hi, guys. High temperature. Okay, guys. High temperature. Because there is no space for that reason, I will not complete it, but you have to complete it by yourself. With high, okay, only write height. It's already written here. So high temperature of an object of what exactly? A lower temperature. So energy move from an object with high temperature to an object of a lower temperature. So there are two scales of measuring temperature. Are what exactly? Did you remember them, guys? Now we explain them. Celsius degrees, guys, and Fahrenheit degrees. Don't forget that. The difference in temperature makes the energy watts. The difference in temperature make the energy stop or move. Sure, will make the energy watt moves. This is what we mean. Let's complete to the next page. This is the homework. I will solve it with you also, no problem. Question number 2. Put true or false and correct. 1. Ice cubes melt as heat transfer from ice to warm air. This one is true or false, guys? Is false. Why it's false, guys? Who can tell me why it's false? Because from warm air to the ice, again, ice cube melts as heat transfer from what? From not ice, from warm air to ice. From warm air to ice. Sorry, because I don't have enough space, but I'm trying to solve it with you in case to understand everything here. So number 2, heat moves from the burner to the kettle that makes water hot. So heat moves from the burner to the kettle that makes the water hot. It's true. Sure. 3, jackets makes you cold. It's make you cold. The jackets make you cold or warm? It's make you warm. You get warm if you wear the jacket. That's what we mean. Okay, question number 3. Let's move to question number 3 here. The energy that move between objects of different temperature. What we call it, guys? What we call this definition? This is the definition. This is the definition of what, guys? Is the heat. Heat definition. A measure of how hot or cold something is what, guys? Is the temperature itself. Temperature. Okay, and don't forget this chart here. I think here, yes, here, this is the warmer object and cooler object, and the heat start to move from here to here because there is difference in temperature. Okay, thank you so much and see you tomorrow.